Hey guys, welcome to an Animal Jam video, and today in this video I am actually going to be talking about a really important topic in Digimon now, which is not the new spikes because there are way too many videos about those. It's something even more important than the new spikes in my opinion, which is, well, the new animal, as a lot of people are guessing it's a mountain lion, which I actually don't think it is. So the reason I haven't uploaded a new video in a very long time is because I've been sick, but now I can make a video. So I'm sorry that my voice sounds bad right now. But anyways, this is the first evidence of proof of the new animal. And a lot of people were saying, and this same thing is also in two other lands, which I'm going to talk about in a second. A lot of people were saying that there are big paw prints here. There are scratch marks in the canyons here, so it's got to be something with big paws and strong claws, which is obvious, but then they automatically jump to the conclusion of mountain lion. And since there are so many people saying this, and mountain lions aren't like sheep or tigers, they're not a normally common to think about animal in real life, I'm guessing that they all basically copied each other and then added their own evidence in each video, which is okay. But basically what I'm saying is, all of these people are probably basing off of the first YouTuber who made a video about this, and they're all guessing that it's a mountain lion. And the reason why I don't think it's a mountain lion is because they look so much like snow leopards, and I'm gonna pull up a picture of one right now, actually. So, yeah, I'm guessing that since they can also be called cougars, when Animal Jam released them, they'd call them cougars and not mountain lions, so they don't sound like just another lion. But that's not really the most important thing. Take a look at the shape of its face and just the overall shape of its body, and it looks a lot like an Animal Jam snow leopard, and I'm guessing they want to make it more realistic. But you notice that they have huge paws, and, right, they look like something that could really have strong claw marks and stuff like that. And it's standing in an area that's quite a bit like Coral Canyons. It also has snow in the background, and there is one of these paw mark and claw mark sets in Mount Shavir. So there seems to be so much evidence pointing towards that this could be a mountain lion. It just looks so much like a snow leopard, and if they try to, go away from the approach of total realism and make it look more like a lion, as its mountain lion name suggests, then they'd be copying their actual game's lion. And so I find it a bit ridiculous that Animal Jam would release this animal at all, just since there's no semi-realistic or makes sense design that wouldn't look either too much like a lion or a snow leopard or some other animal they have, just because they have so many things in the cat family right now. They have the snow leopard, they have the cheetah on one side, and this is, you can imagine it just sort of like a four-way point, like a diamond. Imagine it like a diamond or something like that, or a square. And at one side, at one corner, is the cheetah, at another is the snow leopard, at another is the lynx, at another is the tiger, and obviously there's the lion as well, so it's going to be a five-sided shape, actually, a pentagon. And imagine that this thing is in the middle of the pentagon. It's almost impossible for Animal Jam to create it in a way that it looks good, but it isn't too close to any of those different points. Like, can you imagine what Animal Jam could possibly make this thing look like? If they do manage to pull it out, great, Animal Jam. I love animals in the cat family, and I'm proud of you. But anyways, I just don't think this is going to be possible, and even if they were planning on making this animal, they would have already developed the looks by now, so they would have realized if there was a problem with this, oh yeah, this isn't going to work out. I mean, Animal Jam are smart people. They might be able to find a sixth point and make it into a hexagon of the cat family in Animal Jam, but I just don't feel like it would be possible. And if you think it's weird that I'm calling this a pentagon of the cat family, the reason I'm trying to make a visual for that is just because you understand the fact that there are these 5 different looking cat animals in Animal Jam, and it's almost impossible for them to make a new point out of this thing that looks so much like the snow leopard. But anyways, you guys are probably bored of me talking about this. You get the point. Well, what do you think it might be? Well, I'm actually going to talk about some possibilities, which I think it might be, based on some other things that I've noticed, other than big paws and big claws in Animal Jam. Okay, so of course the one that I went to is Coral Canyons, just because that's a common starting place, and also because I don't know, it's interesting, and it's a lot of, when people were making their theories that it's a mountain lion, it's where they started. But anyways, now I'm going to be showing you some things on the maps, and if you didn't know already, if you hadn't watched some of those videos theorizing that it's a mountain lion, the 3 areas that this markings show up are Coral Canyons, Mount Shavir, and Seripia Forest, and I can show you that in a minute, but first let's just take a look at this world map right here. So what I noticed here is that these lands are all, well, they're in a line with each other. However, they're still quite large. Now, if they had been, I could have easily made a theory if one had been in Mount Sevier, one had been in Kimbar, and one had been in Crystal Sands, that this animal must be a long traveler because it managed to do some kind of triangle across the map. And that's a big traveling area. But these three lands are right next to each other, and we can easily gather that a large animal could walk from here to here, and from here to here. We do it every day. So, that's not really a fair point. However, there are these three lands which are next to each other, and this is sort of what their region is, and it's a very wide variety of places. So right now I'm going to make a checklist of 3 things which the animal has to have. The first one I'm going to group together: large paws and large claws. The second one, they have to be able to live in a cold area, a forest, or a canyon. And the third thing I'm about to get to in a second, but first let's go to Seripia Forest and take a look at this. Okay, so this is the second one in Seripia Forest, and the reason I'm going to talk about this one here is just because I have an example for you guys, and I find this example sort of interesting. So, basically, what I'm going to tell you guys is that these scratch marks here on these trees, and these scratch marks everywhere, they've got to be there for a reason. And if you guys are now screaming out to the screen that they're doing it to mark their territory, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, yeah, there's scratch marks by their paw prints. It makes sense. I mean, it's pretty logical and simple that they're doing it to mark their territory. They're wandering through Jamaa. But let me just tell you guys this. This is a bit confusing, actually, and for 2 different reasons, which I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, obviously, first of all, I don't know why the alphas don't know what this animal is, because it's apparently got its heartstone if it's wandering through Jamaa, but that's just a funny side note. Anyways, what I'm saying is, there's one animal which I'm thinking of right now, which it could be remotely possible that Animal Jam could be adding, based on the 3 different territories it lives in. Big paws and big claws, and it has to have a reason. It has to be an animal who would mark its territory like this. And the animal that I'm thinking of is the bear. And the reason why I'm thinking of a bear is because it checks off, well, most of the 3 different things. First of all, let's talk about the 3 territories which it would have to live in. The first one is obvious, Seripia Forest. Black bears live in forests, and I mean, I don't think this has to be a specific bear, either like a grizzly bear or a black bear, because Animal Jam could just let you switch colors between the 2 colors, and boom, you made a black bear if you turn it black, and you made a grizzly bear if you turn it brown, or some other brown type of bear. But anyways, the first thing is obviously it can live in the forest. The second one I'm going to talk about is the canyon, and yes, there are bears which live in areas like the Grand Canyon area, etc., as long as there is water and trees nearby, which is definitely a thing which can be had. And in a canyon area, and like coral canyons, which there actually are some trees there, and yeah, that's not really a problem. I mean, obviously a bear could live there, but the only problem here is Mount Sevier, which you can say, well, there's polar bears, but we already have polar bears in the game. And if there weren't polar bears, I'd say, okay, well, they're just talking about 3 different varieties of bears, and they're going to add bears. But the fact that there's already polar bears does bring some doubt into my mind about this. The only thing was, one of the things that we were thinking about when we were like, could it be a toucan, could it be a iguana, was, could it be a bear? And a lot of people were talking about that, because I'm actually pretty sure it was in one of the animal name choices, or something like that. There was some reason that a lot of people were worked up over the toucan possibly being a bear. But, you know, there are a lot of things like that, and I mean, obviously, this could be incorrect. It could be something totally different from a bear, but I just thought the only problem is that the Mount Sevier thing, that would be a polar bear, not an ordinary bear. We already have polar bears. This would have to be something separate, so why would Animal Jam put that there? The only thing that I say is, why does it really matter? Why does this thing have to actually be its habitat? I mean, come on, it's wandering through Jamaa. It could wander through any land that's not technically going to be its home. So I think we can sort of push that outside and talk about the next 2 things, which come quite naturally. The second one is just having big paws and claws to do that, and yeah, obviously. And then with the territory thing, bears who live in forests, they will often mark their territories with scratch marks, so it would make sense. But anyways, maybe I'm going too into detail with this. Maybe it's just some kind of animal. Maybe it is a mountain lion, and I'm just totally falsely talking about this. But I don't know. I mean, you gotta make theories, right? So I'm really hoping that you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to drop a like, subscribe, whatever you want. Also, I'd like to apologize for that I just uploaded a 30 subscriber special when I had 29 subscribers. I did have 30 subscribers, and then went unsubscribed because I haven't made a video in an entire week. Sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, I apologize for that, and I hope you guys have a great day, and goodbye.